Right then, this is a quick walk around video from absolutely stunning Honda Civic. This is a 2-litre Type R GT FK8 67 with 59,000 miles on the clock. Full service history. We've just serviced the car using completely genuine Honda parts. It's going to come to brand new MOT. The car is in absolutely stunning condition. It really is. It's also fitted with a sports cap on the car, and it looks like it's been desilenced at some point because, not entirely, but it makes the most beautiful noise, which I'll talk about more in the following video. But I'll just quickly show you or start the car up for you. Really is an absolutely stunning noise, I have to say. I'm going to go around the car for you. I still rate this as the best hot hatch design in its class. I know some people don't get the styling, but I just think a Type R hot hatch should all be about being dramatic as much as the performance and the dynamics, and it does it in spades. I just think it makes its competitors look like sort of boring mainstream cars, really. Front of the car, lights and lenses clear and intact. There's no cracks, no condensation. Lower skirt in absolutely beautiful condition. Bonnet, can't see a stone chip of any note on there. Absolutely beautifully clean. Near side of the car, passenger side, again, completely indentation free. It looks like there's hardly a mark anywhere on this car. Near side front alloy, the one that takes all of the bashing. Yeah, even on the outer ridge, you can't see any marks, any curbing. Near side rear, again, pretty much perfect. I think there's a tiniest little bit just there, which you could easily touch in, but I'm being massively petty. Most garages wouldn't show you any of this. Rear quarter angle always looks stunning on these cars, absolutely stunning. Bumper corners, again, immaculately clean. And there's the offside front of the car. Again, it's like looking down a mirror. I mean, it's literally just been washed off. It's not even been polished, nothing at all. It's just got a completely natural gleam to it. Offside rear alloy, again, can't see a mark anywhere on that. Remaining panel work. And final alloy, again, unmarked. It is going to be, for its age and mileage, probably the cleanest example anywhere in the country. Coming to the boot area, still as practical as any Civic. Huge boot and kept very nicely. Let's come to the back now. Type R's are 4-seat cars, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Rear seats, again, absolutely lovely condition. Just coming on the front and the passenger side, wonderfully clean. Passenger seat, sports seat, absolutely, I mean, they're lovely to look at, but even better to sit in. That's in beautiful condition. Finally, coming on the driver's side, door card again, really nice and clean. Same with the footwell areas, just a bit of dirt where I put my feet in there, unfortunately. The driver's seat, again, without the bolster wear that you see on some of them. It's been kept, I mean, it's been cherished, this car, it really has. Inside the car now, engine's running, so the dashboard can be seen illuminated. And again, the Type R interior, all the usual things, but just been kept beautifully. Sat nav, you can see working exactly as it should. Car into reverse, you've got that lovely clear parking camera, and that complements the front and rear parking sensors. Coming on down, so I just drove by, you've got a little warning that comes up if that's the case. But really is in fantastic condition there. Coming to the dash pinnacle, hopefully you can see 59,266 miles. Engine's running, and there are no warning lights on at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 2-litre Type R GT. Car is registered, sorry I've just hidden it, GU67RAX, and mileage at the start to the video is 59,260 miles. The reason we do these videos is basically just to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're selling, they get to see that very car in operation. It can be really frustrating to go and see a car which can look perfectly good in a photograph or description, but only to get there and find out it's got an obvious fault that shows up. come to the car, it's been beautifully looked after, this car, and it's very special indeed for lots of reasons, not only because it's an FK8 Civic Type R, but you can hear, obviously it's got a sports cat, slightly, I think it's one of the silencer's been taken out. It just makes a world of difference, in my opinion, to the car, and I've owned a couple of these and I've loved them. But I'm going to go through all the usual things, starting with the engine, which starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all related to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge running as a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be. It's an absolute beast of an engine. The things I've always loved about this engine is it combines, you know, obviously the power, the torque that you get from a performance turbo engine, but because it's still got the VTEC, it still allows it to rev in a usable way and in an enthusiastic way through to the red line, whereas others will just die away. You get that small power band and they kind of fling you forward, but you're on and off, up and down the gearbox, and you don't have to with this engine. It's docile, it's tractable, but when you do give it full beans, it's an absolutely monstrous engine. But as you can hear from those downshifts, boy oh boy, because my only criticism, if I had any for the engine, was it was almost too timid in terms of, you know, what it sounded like. But that is simply fantastic. It really is, and it dulls away when you're cruising, so it's not oppressively noisy at speed, but it's just superb. Obviously you can run the engine, as you know, in different modes, in the car in different modes. So you've got your comfort mode, which I really rather like actually, normal and plus R, but you know, the power delivery is savage but controllable. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch on the car, absolutely perfect. Bike point exactly where it's meant to be. It's lovely and smooth in operation. Gearbox, one of the best gearboxes you will ever use in a manual car. It is simply perfection. The weighting of the gear lever, the engagement of the synchro mesh, every gear, the spring in between the gears, the detent, is just engineering perfection. It means that you can drive along without being in the mood for it, but it's still satisfying to use. But on the move, if you're in a hurry and you want to trust that you're in the right gear, it does it perfectly for you. Obviously you've got the auto blip on the downshifts. With this exhaust, sounds absolutely epic. It really does, and that feels exactly as it would have done when it was new. So coming to the chassis, which is, you know, one of the very best front-wheel drive chassis you'll ever experience, because it's ridiculously capable. And yet here I am, actually I'm in normal mode. I'm not even in sport mode, not comfort. Go back to comfort, it becomes eminently usable family car. It is comfortable, genuinely so. It's firm but comfortable, and that's the thing. You know, if you get a chassis stiffly set up, you don't have to rely on rock solid dampers to give you handling. It's amazing. No creaks, no rattles, of course, from the suspension. The brakes are, just fantastically meaty brake pedal on the car. No pulsing, no vibrations coming back through. But the chassis itself, as I said, with the steering, which is perfectly weighted, it becomes alive the more you push the car, so you can kind of trust the steering. When you go into a corner, you go in, pick your spot, and it just goes through, but you get all the sensations to the steering, the seat of your pants, every single motion that goes on is just brilliantly dialed back to you. It's, as I said, I haven't driven the FL5. If it's any better than this, I'll be gobsmacked, because it's almost impossible to believe it could be. But this is a very, very special car. Finally coming inside, you're treated to one of the best dashboards you're going to sit behind. You got the classic Type R styling themes, the red and the black, but it works brilliantly. There's a sense of occasion sat in the car, which you just don't get with a lot of their competitors, which could be any of their mid-turbo diesel, eco boxes. This couldn't be anything other than a Type R, and is all the better for it if that's what you like. And I do. I think it's what hot hatches have always been about, a bit of a sense of occasion. It's beautifully put together. The layout is nice and simple. You've got a Garmin-based sat-nav system, which is a doddle to use, all working perfectly. Climate control system pumps out lovely cold air as well, so that's again working exactly as intended. All of the switchgear has that trademark high quality feel you get from Honda. So if you twist anything, press anything, you're greeted with a satisfyingly high quality feel. And then you've got this dash design in front, the dash binnacle, simple dials, nice and easy to take the information in. It's just a class act in every single way. The point of the video isn't to tell you that, because you already know it, of course, but it's just to feedback on any issues, of which there's nothing at all. The car drives absolutely beautifully.